Hey guys, what's up? I am back and boy, it has been a minute still. I apologize for that. I've been busy with uni, final year, assignments, dissertations, slapping you all about, but God's got it anyway. But yeah, I am back and I am back with a series titled Purpose Behind the Pain. This is a series that I've been thinking about and I've been wanting to do for a while, but I've just not found the time or really planned it out. But I've got it all on lock now, so yeah, over the next month or so, hopefully, I'll be able to release about 4 or 5 videos. I'm not sure the exact amount, but on basically discovering the purpose behind your pain, because I feel like a lot of people go through temporary struggles, which we all do, but allow those temporary struggles to define who they are permanently rather than using the temporary struggles as a building stone towards becoming who they're called to be by God. We all go through our struggles, but whether you choose to allow those struggles to make you or break you is a choice you have to make individually. For me, I can't talk to you about embracing struggles without sharing some of my own struggles, which yeah, it's not easy, and I've had to think really hard about whether or not I wanted to do this, but there's nothing to hide now. Society deems mental health as a weakness and showing emotion as a weakness, and I think that's a narrative that needs to be gotten rid of. And I just thought I'd share my struggle really, and just share where he took me from and where he has brought me to, because as you see me now, I wasn't always like this. 2016, if you're born in 1998 like me, you're a 98 baby. 2016 is meant to be the best year of your life, especially the summer, because you're done with A levels, you're free from the prison that is school, and you've got the excitement of going to uni. And for the majority of people, it was the best year of their life, the best summer of their life. But for me, my God, it was the worst. And when I say the worst, no cap, dead ass, for real, however you want to say it in your lingo, your language, it was the worst. Basically, I don't even know how to put this in a way without people thinking I'm sending for them, but I had a failed relationship, which I can only blame myself for. I'm not going to blame the other person, because yeah, I take full responsibility for my actions and my involvement. But yeah, I had a failed relationship, which was quite a toxic relationship, just as my A levels were about finishing. All in all, come summers 2016, I slipped into a state of depression, and this is something I've not really spoken about. Like, obviously, after breaking up from a relationship, you're hurt, but and my friends knew I was hurt. Well, most of them knew I was hurting, but none of them really knew to the extent of how I was hurting. Neither did my family members, and yeah, so I came back home from school, and I was broken. Like, there's hurting and then there's broken, and I was broken, and broken beyond repair, but nobody really knew, because I hid it, and I hid it really well. There were times where I just locked myself in my room or locked myself into the bathroom, and I just beat myself up mentally. I would say stuff to myself like, what is wrong with you? Why aren't you good enough? You're not good enough for anyone. I'd question my worth, sometimes as deep as question what purpose I had in this life to anybody. That's how bad it was. And I would cry and cry and cry. I'd switch from crying to the bathroom to crying in my room. Some nights, cry myself to sleep, but nobody knew, because of my own toxic masculinity, and nobody knew out of the fear of I say? The fear of being labelled weak or being seen as vulnerable. When speaking to my friends on the phone, I'd have a strong voice, I'd be joking, be laughing about as you do, but deep down I was hurting. When seeing friends in person, you'd see me living my best life, giving them in New York, I merely rock, but deep down, I can laugh about it now, but deep down, all of that was just an act. I was finished, I was destroyed. And even on social media, for those of you that followed me on social media in 2016 summer, it looked like I was living my best life, posting, flexing on everybody, but nah, that was all just a false reality of what I hoped I could really experience. I didn't really want to talk to anybody because I didn't think anybody could understand how I really felt. And I felt like I didn't want to disturb anyone. And like I said, there was the fear of, okay, in my vulnerability, I'm going to look weak. And there's this society's narrative that men shouldn't cry and shouldn't show emotions and that. So I just felt like I had to keep it all in, and I suppressed it. And this went on for months, and day by day, the more I suppressed it, the worse it got. The worse it got, the better the disguise got, actually, which was interesting. So I had mastered how to hide it more. And by hiding it more, I was just making things worse for myself. And eventually, it got to one night where I remember this night very well because I remember it like it was yesterday or last night. I had an argument with my mom, as we do as teenagers or young adults, thinking we know everything. I had an argument with my mom, and mid-argument, that was it. I lost it. I completely broke down. I didn't cry, I wept. There's a difference between crying and weeping. I wept. That's when I finally opened up. And I don't even think I opened up according to my own will, because if I had my way, I would have continued to hide it. But I opened up because my body, but most importantly, my heart could not hold. The weight was too heavy to hold. I just couldn't hold it anymore. So I broke down completely in front of my mom. Obviously, your parents have seen you sad, they've seen you cry and whatnot, but the state I was in, I don't think my mom had ever seen it, and I don't think it's something any parent would wish to see their child in such a state. For me, I felt like I was at an all-time low, crying in front of your mom like that. But then that's when I realized that what I thought was an all-time low was probably the best thing that could have happened for me. That night was the night I realized that, look, Sheni, you don't have to fight this battle alone. That there are people out there that want to talk to you, that want to help you, that don't want to see you like this. That was the night that I realized that, look, it's okay to cry, it's okay to be vulnerable, and you need to allow yourself to heal. From speaking to my mom, she told me that it's normal, people go through these things, but you're not alone, and never ever think that you can't speak to somebody about it, because at the end of the day, what you suppress will eventually destroy you. And I was suppressing so much bitterness, so much envy, so much anger, and it took its toll. And it wasn't just like I had the emotional breakdown and after speaking to my mom, I'm healed. Nah, it took months. It took months. Even in trying to heal after speaking to my mom and opening up that I needed help, I still find myself slipping back into, those thoughts or into that state of depression. And that was because of my inability and unwillingness to let go. And that's one thing that I think that hinders a lot of people, is that we hang on to things for too long. It took months before I could fully let go. What actually made me let go was one day I was praying and, God told me that, look, sometimes you have to forgive people even when they aren't sorry. Just like he forgives us when we aren't, or when we don't even ask him for his mercy. And that's when I made the conscious decision to not only let go of the emotions, but let him take control of the situation. Because everything throughout the summer, I kept on trying to do it by myself. I learned that the only person I can well and truly lean on is God, because man will always disappoint you in this world, but God will forever remain the same. This is just for somebody who, you may be going through something. It may not be depression in itself like I did, but it may be low self-esteem or anxiety, or you're going through battles. Just know that you are not alone. There are too many people suffering in silence when they don't have to. As I said, you are not alone. There are people there who love you. There are people there who want to help you. It is not a sign of weakness to seek for help. It is not a sign of weakness to be seen as vulnerable. And sometimes you have to give yourself time to heal and take as long as you want. Don't feel pressured in doing so. Take as much time as you want. Cry as much as you want, because it's okay to cry. It's okay to be in your emotions. Remember, there's nothing too small to talk about to God, because I feel like a lot of times we pray and we pray about the big things, but something so tiny as maybe you wake up and you have a negative thought, we just think, that's normal, and then you allow these thoughts build up, and then you suppress them, and if you keep on doing so, you may end up like me and having an emotional breakdown. 2.5 years later, and looking at where I was and where God has brought me to, I thank him for giving me the strength to get through what I went through, because there was purpose behind the pain. Whilst I said earlier in this video that 2016, especially that summer, was the worst year of my life, it was the year of transformation. Just remember one of my favorite Bible verses, Romans 8:28, all things work for the good of those that love God according to his purpose. And so basically, nothing you've been through will be wasted. So stay strong, and God will make a way, and you will look back and see that your present sufferings were nothing compared to where God has brought you to now and where he's going to take you to. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. God bless.